Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel, thank you for tuning in. So just as I did a multiplayer before Warzone was released settings video, I'm going to do the same for Warzone. This is my sort of best settings for your PC. This is my best settings to get you to stop lag and give you the best performance. I'm really hoping it helps you out. Because, games used to be released in working order. And now the netcode is shit and the games run like shit. And it's just become the norm in the gaming industry, but I'm not going to get into that because this is a settings video and I'll be here for like 2 hours talking about it. So right, first thing you're going to want to change, guys, go into interface, scroll all the way down to nothing because I've lost it.
A few moments later.
There it is, parallax effects. Right, this is 3D menus, you don't need this. This will give you some more CPU power. It takes some of the CPU load off because it wants 3D menus, guys, like, your regular performance. Make sure you turn that off, parallax effects. Right, to graphics. Some of this is obviously set to mine, but I'm going to change it as I go. So the best performance will be full screen exclusive. This would be the best performance for your PC. So we're going to go down to screen refresh rate, leave that on auto, because that'll just be whatever your monitor is. 1080p, don't play in 1440p. Just 1080p, guys. I'm only playing in 1440p because I've got 3070 Ti. Just literally, I wouldn't even play it, but I'll probably put it in 1080p when I play Warzone. It was only for recording certain things. Leave that off, guys. Right, guys, also scroll down to custom frame limit, right? So with this, if you've got a 140Hz monitor, cap it to 120. If you've got a 60Hz monitor, cap it to 60. And the reason for that, if you're playing on low graphics like this and you're getting 130 frames, if you're still getting a bit of lag, you can cap this to 120 and chop off that last 10 frames. That gives that last 10 frames back to your CPU. It takes it off the CPU load, the GPU load, right? So that could help in a lot of times to fix your lag because it will literally give resources back to your computer. You don't need to play on 130 frames. You don't, for example, if you're getting 130, 140 frames, you don't need that extra 20 frames. Leave it on 120. Honestly, you won't see much difference anyway. And it will give some, it gives some resources back to your PC. But definitely, guys, consider that because this here can make a big difference. Right, quality. NVIDIA DLSS, right. If you got around a 30 series card, and I mean only if, put it on DLSS balanced. If you got around a, 30 RTX 30 series card, if you've got anything around that sort of level, DLSS. If not, turn it all off. Because I think streaming services on these games make them lag. They do. If you've got a sort of lower end PC or mid-range PC, streaming services they make it lag. And there's another one I'll show you in a minute. So remember, guys, if you've got around a 30 series, DLSS on and balanced. If not, leave it off. You want an anti-alias in and just put it on normal. That'll do you guys for that. Texture resolution, this is up to you. Normal looks good and performs well. Low looks crap but performs better. That is up to you, honestly, guys. Low does look quite crap, to be honest, but it's not actually that. It's weird with COD because there's not a massive difference. Like if you were playing Assassin's Creed, you'd notice it, but for some reason on COD, there isn't a huge difference between sort of these two. Obviously, the main difference is if you go to very low, it's going to look awful. These two in the middle are kind of right. So this is kind of up to you guys. More FPS looks a tiny bit better. That's as simple as that. Leave that on high, guys. Nearby level of detail. Leave that on high because you want to see nearby things. You can always put it on low if you want better graphics. I'll leave that on low, to be honest. Leave distant level of detail on low and put nearby level of detail on high because you want to see things in detail close, but you don't need to count the leaves on a bush, 20 miles down the road. Clutter draw distance, right, put that on short, because you don't want to be loading too far in the distance. Particle quality, this don't really matter, guys. I don't think this makes a blind bit of difference. I can play on low and high and get the exact same frames, so I'll just leave that on high. If it makes you feel better to put it on low, put it on low, but honestly, it just doesn't seem to make a difference. Bullet impacts and sprays, turn them off. Shader quality, leave it on medium. Tessellation near. Terrain memory, max. Right, this is the other one I wanted to tell you about, the streaming. Make sure this is off, guys, because streaming, literally Warzone already uses internet, but this continuously downloads graphics as you're playing the game. And that will make you lag, it will cause more GPU and CPU load. Honestly, it's not worth it. Just turn it off. Like, it's just really not worth it. Leave that on normal, volumetric quality. Right, put that on medium, because, you know what, actually no, probably just put it on low, guys, because that causes quite a lot of GPU load. Deferred physics, right. These two here, low and off. Warzone has so much water, guys. Literally, it's got so much water. Just turn them off or you'll be having an absolute nightmare. No one cares how nice the water looks, you know, you want the game to perform well. It's kind of your decision. If you want to get lots of kills, turn them off. If you want to not be able to win a gunfight, turn it on and have a nice little look at the water while someone shoots you in the back of the head. Honestly, low and off, guys. Shadow map resolution, normal. Screen space shadows, low. Shadow spot quality, low. Don't worry about shadows. Spot cache. Just put this on medium. Particle lighting, leave that on normal. Ambient occlusion, just leave that on both, guys. It won't make a massive difference. Screen space reflections, right. If you want like somewhat of a reflection in a puddle, put it on normal. It will cause a bit more GPU load. Nothing nasty like high. If you don't care about reflections in the slightest, turn it off. It's as simple as that, guys. Reflection quality, put that on low. Weather grid volumes, do not have that on ultra, put that on normal. Right, NVIDIA Reflex low latency. This is up to you, guys. This is somewhat of a streaming service, but it's not quite the same as the other ones I turned off. So this is aimed at reducing your latency, but it does cause more GPU load. So it's kind of up to you if you want to do that. If you turn it off, you won't get the effect. You probably save a couple of frames, but if you turn it on, it will work at making your PC more responsive. It will reduce your latency, which is, you know, is a good thing in Warzone, especially when you're on one-on-one gunfights. Depth of field, world motion blur, and weapon motion blur is your choice, and it makes pretty much no impact on your game. Kind of just whether I leave them all off because I don't like motion blur. That blurs out everything around your sight. That blurs out the world when you're running, and that blurs out your gun when you're running. So I hate all three of these, so personally have them all off. I would recommend you have them all off, but it's up to you. Film grain, if you want this on, just put it on like 25. If you don't care about film grain, which is, it's kind of just the, you can see the visual noise. If you don't care about it, just turn it off, guys. I'll just leave it off because it doesn't make a difference to me. So yeah, that's basically my settings, my friends. Nope, there's one more. What am I talking about? Field of view. If you got as I said, probably around a 30 card, a decent CPU, you're getting good frames, play on 120, but this will increase your CPU load because there's more on the screen at one time. So the best option is 100 because it's kind of middle of the road. You think the game starts on 80, that's your standard, but that is almost unplayable. Like, that's horrible. So honestly, 100 is middle of the road. It will cause a little bit of GPU load, but nothing like 120, and you get more frames. If you are getting good frames, you'll be alright to stick it on 120, but that's obviously your prerogative. It's up to you how you work that. I would suggest just leaving it on 100 because it's nice and balanced. And that's it, my friends. That is my Warzone settings. I hope that helped you. If it did, please drop a like in the comments. Drop a comment if you've got any questions. Let me know if it helped you. I'll try and get back to you. If you're new, subscribe, my friends. I appreciate it very much. Stay awesome. Have a great day. Peace.